Hello friends, welcome to JQuery tutorial. In this video, we are going to see the BeforeActivate callback function. As the name suggests, the user action of activating a tab makes a call to the callback function. Right here, we are going to make use of the callback function, and the callback function is BeforeActivate. Right, so that's what here we are saying. As the name suggests, the user action of activating a tab makes a call to this callback function. So if you look at here, it's kind of a event handling. So when you are activating a tab, the callback function will get called, and inside the callback function you can do the necessary action. Now we will report which tab is selected by the user. Right, this is just a simple example, but in real world you can do all the required action, like adding some dynamic content inside the tab, or reading the content and doing the validation, and yeah, similar kind of task you can do. But here in our example, we are just going to report which tab is selected by the user. So for this example, we will add a CSS class to represent the message text. So here is the CSS rule we are defining: tab side message. And if you see, we are using the properties border, right, 1 pixel solid red. Then background color, here we are using light sky blue. This is the foreground color. Then we are setting the position as absolute, so that we can place a element with this class attribute anywhere we want in the HTML document. So position is absolute. Then here we are specifying the top right corner, right, 12 pixel and 3 pixel. Then we are setting the padding and width. So all these stuffs are CSS rules. We have a separate course on CSS. When you go through it, you will come to know what are all these actions. Right. So the width here is 200 pixel. We specify the top right corner, right, top right corner. Then we also specify the width. So like this, we are defining our tab size message CSS rule. Right, that's all. These are all the positioning related. And then we have border, background, color, and other stuff. In snippet 1, we hook the callback BeforeActivate with the function tab select handler. And you can look at here, right, we have the action, and we are making use of our previous example. And here in the action itself, we are making use of BeforeActivate callback property, and here we are giving the function signature or tab selector, tab selector handler. After that, here we are creating our tab using this action. So that's about the snippet 1. Snippet 2 adds a placeholder paragraph to the tab control using the append to method. Here, if you see, note, so here we are forming the element. This is the paragraph, right, opening and closing parentheses. With the dollar, we can make the selection, and we can create dynamic content also. When we learned about jQuery, we dealt with dynamic element creation, right? So we use the same technique to create an element, and we store that element in a variable called note. Then we are making use of this note variable and adding the class tab side message that we already created here. So this paragraph now will have this property. That means the paragraph will go and sit at some specific location identified by top as well as right with a specific width. Right? Then paragraph content will go. So padding is 2 pixels. That means if this is the element, there will be some padding. After that, the paragraph content will go inside with 2 pixels on all other edges. That's the padding, right? So these are all simply the CSS, and we are applying that CSS to this newly created paragraph. Then if you see, we are making use of Ubuntu tab X. So in our HTML document, we have this tab X div element, right? So when we make a call to, let's say this is ending here, Ubuntu, this new paragraph will get appended to this div. In snippet 3, the selected tab event is reported. So here if you see, this is the tab handler we are stating, right? Now here we are creating a function for tab select handler, right? And this is the body for this tab select handler. So when a user changes the tab, in our example, we are dealing with the 3 tab pages, right? When user switches between these tab, each time when user switches, this handler will get called. Now let's go to the demo, and before that, let's look at the content of this. So here, tab select handler is taking 2 events, I mean 2 parameters, right? One is the event and another one is the tab. So we make use of our newly created paragraph, right? And then we are assigning the text, and in the text we are stating that selected tab, then t dot new tab dot index. So we are just telling which index is selected by the user. All right. If we know the selected index, then we can perform other jQuery related operation on the selected tab index. All right. Now let's go to the demo. Here we created one more example called jQuery tab ex02. Now let's add one more style. So here in the CSS part, we are adding this new style, which we already discussed in the theory part. So we have a new style to decorate our paragraph, right? And that paragraph will show which tab is selected by the user, and we are doing all this dynamically. So here, if you're saying, we are just changing the document 3D content. So this one we already explored as part of our previous example. Here is the one we are creating a new paragraph, right? Then we are adding a class attribute to this newly created paragraph, and this class CSS attribute will be applied to this add class, I mean to this paragraph. Then we are appending our paragraph to the tab X. Tab X is this div tag. So we are appending our new paragraph. Finally, we are handling the tab select handler. Here if you see, in the option itself, we specified BeforeActivate callback property, and we specified the callback function name tab select handler. And inside this tab select handler, we are placing the statement that will tell which tab is selected by the user. All right. So that's all about this example. Now we will run and see how this is working. So this is overlapping here. Let's check. Zoom is 100%. So what we will do now, we will increase this width to some 800. Run and debug. Now the position is here, so we can even reduce. Let me go with 600. Save this, reload the page. Alright, so this is our dynamically added paragraph content. At present we don't have any content dynamically added, right? The content is added to the paragraph at runtime when user makes a selection. Now let's click on the second tab and you can see selected tab 1. So this is actually the index, right? At runtime we are handling the selected tab by handling the BeforeActivate callback function. We just pressed the F12 and let's go to source. This is our HTML, right? Let me place a breakpoint here and reload the content. Element I'm just moving it towards the bottom. Let's do step over. So this is our tab X, right? This is where we want to watch how the new paragraph is added. Okay, tab X, you can see how the append to function is working, right? The new paragraph is added and you can see that this is the new paragraph. When I highlight it, it is showing that new paragraph. You can watch here, right? So the paragraph is added, and when I keep the breakpoint inside the handler and when I switch between the tab, this handler will get called and the handler will place a text message inside this paragraph. Watch this, right? New content is added and you can see selected tab as shown. So that's how here we are handling the tab selection event. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.